My name is Lois Booker Malvo, and I was born and raised in Lake Charles, Louisiana, a little community called Fisherville. I was born and raised in Fisherville. My family had owned 80 acres of the land, and somehow, I don't know how it got away from us, but we don't have it anymore. My family was a family that gave a lot. They gave land for the school to be built. They organized a community organization which they taught carpentry in one of the local churches, electrician, plumbing, for the men to become independent in our community, to build homes for us to live in. And so it's just in me that I have always been an active person trying to fight for justice for all people, because we all live on this earth together, and it's God's will for us to prosper, all of us, and be in good health. And so I am the founder of the Fisherville Environmental Action Now, and I've been fighting for environmental justice for 40 years of my life. I started in 1983. We had one of the largest chemical spills through the company called PPG. They came through our community, and because they say of a faulty valve, they spilled 11,700 gallons of perchloroethylene in our community. We had no one to come and let us even know that this spill had happened. So I was always curious about my community being safe, and, trying to investigate when I see something strange, to always go and try to find out what's going on. So I saw all this coming in the community where the trains had derailed. And I wanted to know what in the world happened and what was going on. And they told me, and I was just devastated. The cars just bunched up and just spilled 11,700 gallons of perchloroethylene, which is supposedly be dry fluid cleaning for clothing. And so we had no one to come tell us anything but me. I was born and raised there. So the land, I'm a part of that land. So my heart goes out to anything that happened in my community. So I cried my eyeballs out. I said, my God, this is how they're going to do us. We're going to die. And so many of them died with prostate cancer. The ladies died with ovarian, cervical, breast, you name it. I'm one of the people that had cancer twice. I had cervical cancer, and I had a baby in my womb. And my little baby was born with esophagus problems. I had asked them, I said, well, will this cancer affect my baby? And they told me, oh no. But 2 years later, my baby died. So I feel like because I was affected by the chemicals, this caused my baby's death. But I was blessed. God, I feel like God put the baby in my womb for me to know that I had cancer. Because the baby was an angel. He took the baby back to heaven and left me to do his will. And so now I was healed of the cancer. No chemo, no radiation, no cut, no anything. He healed me. And then later, years later down the line, I had cancer again of my colon. It was horrific. I like to bled to death. I had no pain either time I had the cancer. I didn't even know I had cancer. And no no chemo, no radiation again. And they went in, got the cancer out. No cut each time. Oh, I am just amazed of God. And I have to do his will, because I told God, I said, God, if you allow me to live, I want to be your vessel. I want to do your will. So he started me out with becoming an activist for justice. And it's just been an amazing, amazing trip. I mean, it's amazing how God is moving. And now I find myself with some of the most wonderfulest angels on earth. My God gives me strength, gives me courage to go forward no matter what things look like. He tells me, he said, don't look at the problem. He said, remember my word. Greater is he that's within you than he that's in the world. He says, just keep your mind stayed upon me. I am your multitude. Because in my area, the people are not getting up. They don't even understand what's happening. It's like they lost all hope in every situation, in voting, in just everything. And the politicians, I pray for them. They are not with the people at all. We can't go to them and talk to them about anything. We want them to come together to stand up for us. They are not doing it. So I pray that God would bring them together and make them understand that they have to stand for us and do the right thing. Industry has really hurt our hearts. Well, we have a Carboline, a paint company that sits right in our neighborhood, right in the doors of 2 of our elementary schools. If that thing blow, our children are going to be gone. And I asked the politician that allowed this, I says, why would you want to put something so dangerous in our community that possibly can blow up and kill us all? She said, well, I thought it would bring jobs. No jobs. They can't even go in there and work because of the strong odor of the chemicals of the paint. One man was working there and he died because he couldn't, it just destroyed his health. And then another area is, in another area we have a chemical plant, Carboline, where they are emitting chemicals in the air. The people don't get up because they're scared. They're afraid that if they say anything, danger gonna come to them. Well, I'm sorry to tell them, I don't feel like that. I don't have time to feel like that. Not at all. So what I did was, they were gonna have a meeting and they were gonna take these people, a big chunk of our community, and they were going to fix it where they would rezone that area industrial. Light industrial is what they say. But it's no light industrial with industry. Once they come in, they want to expand. If you don't pay attention, if one don't pay attention and go to the meetings and say, no, this is not what we want, they will do whatever they want to do to us. But I got to tell you one main thing. These people were able to keep their land through prayer. Prayer is the key. It was me and my nephew. Before they got ready to go to the council to get permission to expand and take these people's property, we did what you call a Jericho march. Joshua, the 6th chapter, and God won the battle over them. They could not take these people's property. I'm telling you, he's amazing. He is very amazing and very powerful. He won the battle, not Lois, not no other human being. Because he tells me all the time, he says, you got to remember, Lois, it's not flesh and blood that you're fighting. You are in a spiritual warfare. And I am the one that is your multitude. Because sometimes I feel so alone because there's no one else there fighting with me. But God has put me and Deborah Ramirez together. And a young man called Paul Gary. We three come together and stand together. And we go to these meetings and we speak up about housing, any mistreatment that we're going through. We come together and we stand against it in the name of Jesus. And he said, where two or more are gathered together, he is in the midst. So I know that we are all in a spiritual warfare. And what we're doing now, we're coming together with other angels of mercy. And God is winning the battle. When I know when we come together, that's the power. Because it's love. Jesus is love. We bring him in the midst of us when we come together and unite with one another and put our arms around each other and say, I love you so much. And we're going to stand together and we're going to win over the evil that's trying to destroy us. So it's just been great. It's been powerful. And we're standing and we are winning. God says to me all the time, he says, don't look at the problem. He says, you don't walk by sight. You walk by every word that proceeded out of my mouth. And he's in the midst of these beautiful people that God has joined us to come together to unite. And it has been so very victorious and powerful and winning. My God, I got the chills. Oh my God, it's so awesome. Oh my God, you're so good to us. And he loves us all. He said he is drawing his people together to stand against the evil of this world. All we coming together from all over the universe. And we are winning because we are uniting in his love. And it is so very wonderful to know that all the life I have lived, I'm still here through all the trial and tribulations I've been through. I am so, so happy to be alive right now, to be in the midst of you angels.